Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Diablo 3. We are standing here on the battlefields of Eternity in Act 5. Next step, the siege outposts. And now we are actually on our way to Malthael.
Get away from the ram!
Master of the Ram. It matters not. Made a quick trip up and down to town to empty my inventory, so we can just keep going from here on out.
I bear grave news, my friend. The Sliver has revealed Malthael's plan to me, and it is worse than I could have imagined. He means to use the Black Soul Stone to capture all demonic essences, even those that linger in human hearts. If the stone is altered to rip the demonic essence out of every man, woman, and child on Sanctuary, they will all die.
Quickly then. We must begin the attack.
Malthael is fundamentally altering the Black Soul Stone. It will now pull in all the demonic essence from whatever plane of existence it finds itself in. But mankind is born of angel and demon alike. Every mortal, save myself, has demonic essence as an intrinsic part of their being. Losing that will rip their body and soul apart. I never thought I would return here. Pandemonium was our battlefield for ages on end. Demons' blood saturated this ground, and many angels died defending it.
Why here?
Our battles revolved around the World Stone. I had the Pandemonium Fortress built in order to protect it.
You must have searched for Malthael after he vanished.
Malthael kept to himself much of the time, and he was known to leave without warning. Eventually, the Council became concerned. We sent his closest followers to find him. Most of them did not return.
They sided with their master.
It seems so.
You built this fortress.
Not on my own, but it was my idea, yes. The angels raised it around the World Stone many eons ago.
Then you must know another way in.
I fear not. The fortress is always changing, caught between the forces of heaven and hell.
So, that is our objective. A massive battering ram in front of a very large door. I think this is also really nicely done. We are on top of the battering ram.
Break those hooks!
Hello there, little demons.
Destroy those hooks! We can't move.
More
until they're
drive!
Shatter the hooks!
Just keep our mages up. Eventually. Okay, he's down. Siege Hook is
One
down.
last strike.
The gates are down.
And we are inside the Pandemonium fortress. So, separate from the regular parts of town.
Pandemonium Fortress. When I fought Malthael, my sword passed through him like air. He is in a state of death and life, impervious to physical harm. Your magic is not enough. To defeat him, you must channel the power of death, as he does.
No priest of Rathma has ever fully achieved that. How is it possible?
The power of the dead. If you could become one with it, you would be as Malthael is, and you could face him. But you must find a way, quickly. Every moment, thousands die, and Malthael's power grows beyond anything I have ever seen.
So, no pressure then.
The fortress feels strange and new to me, though I have come here times beyond count as its champion and as its liberator. It changes to match the nature of whoever controls it, but I have never seen it like this while under the control of an angel.
He has become something else.
Okay, let's go looking for trouble. I mean, let's go look for Malthael. Oh, before that,
last, I have found you.
Master, why are you here?
let's look for the master.
We are reunited at our most dire hour. Many of our priests have fallen.
Even you, Master.
It is as it should be. I have come to aid you in defeating Malthael. You must wield a power beyond what you have ever dreamed possible. But first, you need to free us from our prison deeper in the fortress.
I swear it will be done.
This angel commands a power beyond his understanding.
Surely he possessed great knowledge as the Archangel of Wisdom.
Yes, but he sees virtue only in the light, not the balance. Without some measure of harmony between both these forces, we are all lost. The victory he imagines for himself could never come to pass. The truth is that you were not finished with your training when you left us. But I knew that if you'd stayed, you would have died in Malthael's attack.
You said many perished. Why was I spared?
Your life serves the balance, as it always has. But perhaps you see it more clearly now. There is still a great deal you must do before your journey ends.
Okay, that was the first part of the Necromancer master text. Every class has a master that will appear here and gives them a quest of sorts.
Nephilim. The Black Soulstone journeys through the portal to Sanctuary. Even now it spreads death across your world. And so ends the eternal conflict.
Okay.
I'm afraid not.
Oh, and the first thing that happens to us is there is a yellow dude here. Lograph, the guillotine. You know what? I'll just take a small step back. And let you meet my minions. They'll be pleased to make your acquaintance. Another Paragon. Hey.
We must face another trial, my friend.
So at least there's missile dampening here, that is for sure. Mortar, thunderstorm, wormhole and missile dampening. Okay. Let's not get hit too much here. And gone is gone.
Cease to impress me.
And she's back to fangirl mode. Ancient writings, aha!
They call me a hero. I slew demons beyond count. I won battles and broke sieges, but it availed me nothing. I know that this war can have no victor, only an eternity of revenge, pride, and hatred. Tyrael does not understand. He cannot see beyond the glory of battle. In time he may, but that day is not yet here.
Tyrael and Inarius were apparently friends. It seems like the reason Tyrael was specifically mentioned. I hope we'll find most of the lore books here. Both those of Inarius and those belonging to Lilith. Because I do paint a nice bit of a lore picture. Okay. Getting surrounded a little bit here. Let's take a small step back again.
I'm afraid not.
A pool of reflection. That is always useful. Okay, some blues in there. Avenger, Thunderstorm, Fast and Desecrator. I think Avengers, they have their teammates get stronger the more you kill. So the last one is the toughest to take out. Let's see. Any more lore hiding around? Rubble. You got kind of frozen in these gates. Not the healthiest of spots to be. Ah, another book.
There must be others who seek a way out of the endless strife. Angels and demons who feel enslaved by our fate. I cannot be unique in all of creation. I know my path. I will find those disillusioned of the war and lead them.
I do like the setup that you get here. Now first some generic history, now specifically Inarius' account.
We're very close now. Death hangs heavy in the air. No.
Yes. Well, I have to target specifically, and it's difficult to target chickens because they're so tiny. Okay, just a yellow. Illusionist, Nightmarish, Waller, and Plagued. Okay, we've faced worse things before. And you are the real one.
Come aid us.
Okay, then this is gonna tie back to where we came from. No, it's not, but there is... lore. Okay, so of course, once I set my mind to getting all the lore, that means the lore is going to be hiding in all the annoying nooks and crannies. Well, gotta do something for the lore. Oh, hello.
My father is content to fight the same battles and the same foes while everything turns to ashes. Those victories might last a day, or a year, or 100 years. The war will never be won so long as he and his brothers lead. There is an end to it, but fools like my father are too blind to see it.
There's Lilith. I think she was the daughter of Mephisto? Mephisto being one of the prime evils. Boss in Act 3 in Diablo 2. Hey, we got some legendary boots. Ice Climbers. Gain immunity to freeze and immobilize effects. Oh, that is rather useful. On top of that, we get more movement speed and more of all the stats that we had before, so that's a clear winner. And they even look a little bit fashionable. Awesome. Oh, that might be... I initially thought this was just the way forward, that's why I backtracked, but it might be that it was actually a side area. And that this is the way forward. It's always difficult to tell. Anyway, just have to be on the lookout for more books, because they do blend into the background a little bit. Okay, 25 million HP for an executioner. It's a tough bugger. If I remember correctly, Malthael has around 700 million HP.
Do you see that enemy over there? Let us cleanse it from this land.
At least I think that's what I remember. I think that was the last time I fought him in the campaign, and I think we also ended up facing him at Torment 1. Okay, let's just get out of the BBs. Okay. Another book. Waha.
I was struck down in the third charge. I lay upon the ground, only to wake in chains. I did not know that demons took prisoners. I babbled like a fool about my dreams of escaping this war. My captor freed me and said that we would meet again. Her name was Lilith, daughter of Mephisto.
Ah, Mephisto. I remember correctly. Okay, and indeed, that was the way forward that we passed by. That's a good thing, we do have some teleportation capabilities. Does make things a little faster when traveling through. Leaving a couple monsters behind, but it's not that bad. We've killed plenty already. Though I am afraid that this little diversion of going after all the lore probably not gonna help me get that 1 hour duration unsatiated. Hearing all the lore is slightly better than just getting an arbitrary duration on a skill. Okay, let's just double check here. Oh. Hello there, demons. Oh. Okay, and then the way forward is there. We did a full clear of level 1. Let's hope level 2 has a little less branching going on. Oh no, we're under attack from winged assassins. Okay, nothing here. Just always on the lookout now. Okay, let's raise some revives. Gonna help a little bit. If the distance between fights is gonna be too long, then it does not help too much.
No.
Okay, and knockback, orbiter, arcane. Oh, and avenger. Okay, that's a little too much action going on there. Let's take a step back.
No.
Okay, avengers means, of course, that the last one to live is going to be the most dangerous one. We can just set our skeletons upon them and just walk backwards slowly. Okay, that was them. And we can once again move forward. Okay, Fortress 2. With a waypoint, might as well just use the opportunity to empty our pockets. And no upgrades. Excellent. And there's a little bit of dialogue left.
This is the wrong hammer, lad. I need the big one.
Right, sorry.
And you, my friend, not a word out of you. Not a single word.
But I wish to speak with Bryson.
You're going to distract my apprentice when he has all this work on his hands? Not on my watch. Now, lad, where's that hammer?
So, I can't talk to him. Not quite sure why, but we can't talk.
Hadrig found a note inside the dagger.
Lyndon, I killed him. Come after me if you must. I'll be waiting. Rhea, my brother's wife.
The one you loved.
I don't want to talk about her. Not until this matter is settled. And I know you and I will see it done.
Okay. Follow-up quests. Eventually. For Diablo 4. The Return of Rhea. Yep, that does have a nice ring to it, right? Seraziel, Guardian of Malthael. And that was a soul prison.
I see now. This is what you spoke of. I feel as though I am on the edge between life and death, and both will bend at my command.
You are closer to the cycle than any of us have ever been. Use this power to bring us peace.
You have given me a great gift, Master.
I give you a challenge. Do not fail. We studied the cycle for years, but we did not see the extent of this disaster. There were dark portents after the World Stone shattered. The Masters spent years trying to decipher them. It was clear that something was coming.
If only we had better prepared.
My apprentice, if we had not made these preparations, you would not be standing before me now.
What if I had been defeated and could not reach you?
There are many spirits here, great and small from across the lands. I have instructed them on how to aid their allies, much as I have aided you.
Of course, you consider everything.
It is a trait I would like to see in my apprentices as well.
When this is over, I shall return to the necropolis. Deathspeaker Jadan will know of your actions.
That is impossible. He was one of the fallen.
Then who leads our numbers?
You must show them the way. Ensure that our traditions survive.
That was that. You get an achievement for all the lore bits of the Necromancer. So that way it leads back, this leads forward. I think there's a couple more lore books that remain. But we are now half deaf, half alive, or at least an aspect of deaf, so we can hurt Malthael. Interestingly, all the monsters here, of course, share the same trait. Because otherwise they would not be able to do anything to us. Let's see. The question is, what way leads forward? This way or the way back? There's a blue there.
These abominations must die!
Mortar, Desecrator, Health Link and Teleporter.
A most thrilling
Another blue bites the dust. I hope we'll find a couple more interesting side events here, because the Pandemonium Fortress does have a couple of nice events. But yeah, have to be lucky enough to run into them. Choices.
Is there magic that can breach their defenses?
Aha, path of wisdom.
I heard a sound and did not know what it was. I sought wisdom in the chalice, but there was none. The sounds called to me and I knew them. Human souls. But where?
The furry shoulder pads. Homing pads. Your town portal is no longer interrupted by taking damage. While casting town portal, you gain a protective bubble that reduces damage taken by 60%. I think you could potentially use this to sort of kind of cheat by just start to cast town portal and aborting it in the end, but you do gain, of course, the damage reduction. 60% is pretty nice, close to 65 as the max. I'm not gaining more recovery, and the other stats are more or less the same, so we'll just leave them be. Death gates over here indicate where we have to go. I'll have a little bit of a look around. See if there's more books. Could be actually that the way is just more oddly shaped. Or it's just a dead end here. Health link, Molten, Poison Enchanted and a Thunderstorm. They are so convenient, you only have to kill one, the others will follow. And there's another book. Aha!
I took a prisoner in the battle, an angel whose light was dimming. I brought him to my lair for my amusement, but he surprised me. My touch seemed to breathe life into him. He raved like a madman about how he wished to escape the war. Perhaps I have found someone I can use.
So, as I was saying before, I like the contrast between the perspective. Inarius, almost naive, hopeful. Lilith, very calculating, very practical. Teleporter, Plague, Molten and a Waller. It's kind of annoying that he kind of stands outside of the boundaries of the level. So let's get more mages up. Oh. Hello there.
now.
I'm rather surprised that we can't just walk this far and not a dead end or anything yet. But we found a book, so there might be more. Just the background setting of the, I think it's the World Stone. It is a nice setting. Ah, the book.
Lilith is me, but of fire and flame. I could never have felt this way about a demon while I was mired in the endless war. The strain holds us prisoner to what we've been told to believe. She and I have made plans. We will bring others to our cause, and together we will escape.
I brought myself to Sanctuary, where humans dwell, but the souls did not call me from that place. I searched the breath of creation, always following the sound. Always the sound. And then I understood. Pandemonium, where the World Stone once rested.
Okay. Looking for more books. And after that, we have a hot date with a certain former Angel of Wisdom. I wonder if the side events that I remember as being part of the Pandemonium Fortress, if they are exclusive to bounties from adventure mode that you unlock by completing the campaign. Might be that is it. Blizzard has put a lot of effort into adventure mode. To the point where it feels like they... These days, it feels like they're putting more effort into adventure mode than in the campaign. Which, on the one hand, makes sense, since all of the players have basically already played the campaign and are not often returning to it. But still, it feels like a waste that some of the newer areas and things like that they are not actually becoming part of the world of the campaign.
I can sense the power of the spirit dwelling within you. You have veiled yourself in death.
You seem concerned.
Do not let the lure of death consume you as it did Malthael.
The souls swirl and writhe. I now know the truth of mortals. All paths lead to death. Whatever their struggles, whatever their triumphs, they die. That is wisdom.
The wisdom of life is death. He's turning a little gloomy. That Malthael. I do like how in these diaries they do try to humanize the villains of the story. But just like with just before Adria, you know, the also putting just a human face on the witch, showing someone who basically just was not wanted by society and even by her own parents, at least by her father. And again with Malthael, someone just reaching a very logical, though inhuman conclusion. And there's a small path over there. Might have a lore bit it did before, so let's just get a quick look at it. Hey, hello there. Polius, Lady of Darkness. I don't remember you. And you were guarding a chest. Okay, then we have a corner over there that we can use on the way back.
No.
Aha, that worked. Now it seems like it is time to actually start looking for Malthael. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a part 4 of most of the journals. It's from Inaris and Lilith so far we know they met, but not much of what they did after. I think for Malthael he's found the World Stone, but he hasn't actually gone too deep yet with his conclusions. And the way forward lies here. Okay, I think there was fights in between these death gates.
That is not possible. I'm afraid not.
Am I mistaken? Am I misremembering? Or is the boss gonna be just another island further? Yeah, that must be it. So I think this was a nice trip with just a couple of mini boss fights, or some yellows or some purples or something in between, instead of just some regular white mobs. No, this one doesn't really do much anymore. Another death gate. I guess I am indeed misremembering, or that is again one of those things from adventure mode. And adventure mode does change a lot about the game. No, this is the same base, but everything just becomes a little deeper, a little richer, a little more content. Okay, let's just keep absorbing the souls, or I mean corpses, not a reaper. We don't absorb souls. Haha!
The souls of man show their potential for greatness. They can stand for good like any angel in heaven, or they can enact evil worthy of the lowest demon of hell. The power of such a choice should not rest in the hearts of beings who are here for an instant, then flare and die.
Okay, so that was the conclusion of Malthael's discoveries. And with that, level 3 of Pandemonium Fortress. The fight is on. This is a very nice sight. Just look at that. It's the World Stone, just souls being drawn to it. Now onwards to the heart of the fortress.
The Soul Stone is a born sanctuary. The blood of demons will soon be gone from all creation. You will be the last of your kind for a few moments. Death comes, Nephilim.
Mark you as my target, that seems appropriate. Just get... So... These clouds, they hurt. And he has some abilities that just send out souls and AoE attacks.
You need but die.
Just... For now, simple objective is to just maintain my army of mages. And after that, once we are successful at that, we might think about revives.
No other way.
Because mages do keep corpses around. But I'd prefer not to be near him. He can do quite some damage. On the other hand, if I am tanking, which seems to be going pretty well, then at least the other minions have a chance of doing something. Okay, in this case, face tanking might not be the worst of ideas.
No other way.
Okay, and then AoE whirlwind, let's get out. Okay, that's the first stage.
You are imbued with the power of death.
Now we get angry.
But that will not save you.
Consuming the soul stone like a bag of crisps.
In the end, all bow to death.
Okay, let's see if we... Okay, so our minions are face tanking most of his attacks. That is actually rather convenient. Still, keep in mind those clouds are pretty darn lethal. And I prefer not to stand in the middle of them. But...
Death consumes all.
Okay. Yeah, we've got enough sustain going that the damage of Malthael himself is actually not that big a deal. Oh, and indeed, 742 million HP. Reduced to 0. Malthael is no more. Ooh, got a unique 200
I did not
side.
care much for him at first, but Linden is beginning to grow on me.
Impossible.
He pretends to be quite crass, but I think that beneath it all, he is a very nice man.
Do not say that to Cormac.
Oh? Would he not agree?
So after you defeat the Angel of Death and save the whole world, talking about your love life is the first thing, of course, that comes to mind. Now everything is just instantly put into perspective. Thank you, Irena, for sharing that with me.
Where is the Black Soul Stone?
Malthael destroyed it and consumed Diablo's soul.
Then Malthael's death will have released Diablo. He is free.
So that was not quite good. We gained a unique two-handed scythe. So let's have a look, because that is class specific. Meltorious Petrified Spike. Bone Spear now costs 40 essence. and deals 411% increased damage. A decent top end roll. But with that, we have reached the end of this playthrough and of this series. We went from a level 1 Necromancer to level 70 and we've defeated Malthael. So, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you again next time in another series. Bye bye.